lot of questions are coming in. The first question is, of course, what does that mean for me as a shareholder? Two different companies, and what about the dividend? Some investors have bought Solvay, sure, only for the dividend. And now it's split in two or three, or...
So the dividends at the outset, at the startup of the two companies, will be whole as compared to the dividend today. So, you know, this, our dividend policy, we had an increase in dividend since 1982 with a CAGR of 5%, including during crisis. You mentioned the yield, which very healthy. So at the outset, we will keep the dividend whole, obviously, and each company will have to build its own policies with the board to cover its dividends and obviously manage its own capital allocation.
And can you say something about the structure of the split? Will it be by dividend and taxed or tax-free or something else?
Okay, so we are working on the capital structure, but we are working obviously on making this as a tax-free spin-off type for in the majority of the jurisdictions for the company, but also for the majority of shareholders, especially those in Belgium. So our research and what we've done so far shows that it will be tax-free for the Belgium investors, but obviously we are going to confirm it along the road.
Okay. How did you decide on the allocation of the businesses? Which essentials, which...
So essentials are really, I mean, when you have too much diversified businesses, you have businesses which have different needs. Essentials are essential chemicals. They are needed again yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They will grow with GDP or more. And those are businesses like commodity businesses, which have to be run as a commodity, very lean, right? No complication, simple way of doing it. And they are cash cows. They really generate cash through the cycle. And I've seen it. I've tested during COVID-19, which has been tough on many businesses. But our essential businesses went really smoothly because those are essential chemicals again. Everybody needs them. And then the specialties are those specialties or growth businesses which are poised to grow far above the market's growth. EV, hybrids, semiconductors, natural and bio ingredients. So those are, you know, businesses which are going to grow twice their markets at healthy margins. They need investments. For example, we are just investing 300 million euro in Tavaux in France to build the largest hub for membranes for EV, so electric and hybrid cars in the whole Europe and worldwide. It's going to be the largest plant in the world for membrane technology for EV and car. So the specialty businesses are poised to grow far above their market's growth.
You're putting in a new management structure on both companies. Have you decided yet which company you will join?
No. I need to be neutral, like any ma'am. You know, I love all my kids, so we'll get patient there. No, we will put the best-in-class people. We have the best-in-class people. Frankly, I joined this company 3 years ago. You cannot achieve your numbers 3 years ahead of time if you don't have the best team. So these are the team members, and all of us, we are now focused on the projects, and obviously there will be the best governance in place, both from the board membership, from the management team, and obviously quality shareholders.
Okay. Another question that's coming in is, you said, okay, the cash essentials will be the cash cow, but how will they finance then the growth opportunities in the other company?
They will have a prudent, you know, financial structure to fund their own, you know, growth opportunities. And that's the beauty now of separating, because when you belong to the same company now, if I have €1 and an essential co-business ask me for a capex, right, in investments, and specialty, our heart goes to specialty because they have a higher multiple, even if you have a common denominator. So by separating, actually, the essential co-businesses will have their own rights and their freedom to invest in their growth opportunities. We have growth opportunities in soda ash, in our oldest technology. We have Bicar, you know, it's double the GDP growth. We have huge needs to expand there. Peroxide, it's being used in your gels. We are licensing it in Asia Pacific. So there are, and silica, for example, it's another essential product where we are actually inventing the green tire. So the green silica for green tire, which is going to come to the market. So there are great growth opportunities, which the new entity will be in a position to invest in.
Another question coming in. 1 + 1, is that 3 for you? Or are you expecting that it will be 3 valuation?
Yes.
The valuation of the stock market goes Solvay rather low, but at the moment, and will be rated higher on a higher valuation?
Well, we are doing it first because industrially it makes sense, right? Because really it makes sense for those two entities to be run independently, and they have their own merits and characteristic. Obviously, today in the diversified world, the multiple is the common denominator of your, SOTPs, right? The sum of the parts. So by doing that, we will allow each, entity to actually trade ultimately against their peers at a fair value. And indeed, you cannot compare, commodities with specialties. And in the specialty polymers have, peers trading at 15, 20, Novecare and the formulation at 10, 12. So indeed, little by building the equity stories, those leading, businesses are gonna trade, little by little closer to their peers and the benchmark, and they are leading again businesses in the world.
A final question on ESG. The greenification of Solvay was one of your focus on it. Will it be for both companies, or will you have a split and then have some environmental troubles when you had that essentials company? You had some environmental problems.
No way. I think no company today, publicly traded or private, will thrive and win without having a Solvay One Planet or One Planet strategy. When I joined the company in 2019, I launched the growth strategy, and then we launched the Solvay One Planet. We joined Paris Agreement, SBTI. We pledged that we're going to exit coal by 2030. We already exited 3 plants out of 6 from coal. And you've seen the numbers, right? So they speak for themselves. So Essential Co will have their own planets with decarbonization planned already by 2050. So we have a roadmap for Essential Co businesses to decarbonize by 2050, while Specialty Co will reach neutrality and carbon neutrality by 2040 already. So it can do it quicker, and both have already a roadmap with investments and money to really decarbonize. So this is the clean chemistry, the green chemistry at the service of essentiality and specialties.
Okay. People in the room en mensen thuis, mensen in de zaal, zou u nu investeren in Solvay? And we go on, we have another question, because 2023 is decided to have the structure and a split, but first you have 2022.
Yes.
And your presence in Russia, for example.
Yeah.
Rusvinil is a very important company for you. Is the valuation at this moment 0? Or?
So we decided in Russia is to suspend all our activities, not only new, existing and new. Our business is less than 1% in Russia direct. And, we take care of our employees. We suspended the dividends collection from Rusvinil, obviously. So Rusvinil, it's a local company for a local business. 80% is really domestic. Obviously, they're going to be touched probably by the Russian economy, challenges. But for now, there are people in Russia. It's an independent joint venture, by the way. So, we suspended the dividends for now. On the, as you said, write-off or not, this is about accounting rules. So it's too premature to decide on the assets. So we'll do our, monitoring.
Okay, but another question is coming in. How does Solvay deal or cope with the skyrocketing energy prices? oil is
Yeah.
going through the
Yeah.
roof. How do you cope with it?
Yeah. So inflation is not new. It started already last year. Now there are spikes which unheard of. I mean, I've been 25 years in the chemical industry, in the energy industry, and it's true that it's extremely volatile. We're coping on it with it by increasing prices, right? So that's what we've done. You've seen it, by the way, last year. Our average for price increase was 5% for the full year, but the quarter four we did 12%. So you see that we are ramping up. Entering 2021, we were in good shape, so we were increasing prices. And I think inflation is tough on value chain, but at the same time is it good for companies to really train the muscle of pricing and inflation. So we are doing it. We're engaging with our customers. Our customers, they love our products. It's necessary for essential needs. So we increase and we try to wash off inflation wherever it is. Now, it's true that these energy spikes are really unheard of. We are hedged, but hedging make you gain time. It doesn't fix the problem. So fixing the problem is going and really increasing prices. And that's what our wonderful sales organization is really doing every day. And our products have a high value impact, be it in automotive, transportation, agro, electronic, healthcare, etc. So we really increase prices. We change our clauses. We put energy clauses, right, in our new contracts for 2022. But obviously, we will exit quarter one. Quarter two is going to be a tougher quarter for everybody. And I think the challenge is not that much, price inflation is there to wash off, is the stagflation. When is going to touch demand? And I think all the CEOs of the world are really thinking, is this bubble of energy going to really get into weaker demand, and when it's going to happen? So listen, we demonstrated to you all that 2020 was a tough year, yet we emerged strong, and we did what it takes. Last year, we ramped up our inflation, and our team is ready to tackle 2022.
Okay. Final question, personal question from one of our Q&A. What did you find the stock market stock price reaction after you announced the deal of the split? It was low reaction. Some analysts did not feel well about the split.
And I have empathy. They were surprised. It was very well-kept secret, and that's what we were working on it behind the scene with our board. Well, listen, I understand the surprise. This is a big deal. This is a company with 160 years, so we don't wake up in the morning every day and say, let's split the company. So I think people need to digest. I tell you, I talked to 15 top customers since the announcement, and people are very relaxed, very excited. They understand the picture. People need to be patient to see the capital structure. And at the end of the day, what motivates us, me, the board of directors, the management team, is the value creation. Is value creation for shareholders, but also for employees. And what is important is that this company, which was founded by Ernest Solvay and last 160 years, it needs to be relevant in another 100 years. A shame on us if we don't make it relevant for another 100 years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And now we're going to look at the poll. Are you going to invest in Solvay? And you have convinced a lot of people to invest now.
I gained my trip to Antwerpen. Thank you. You made my day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.